Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Ultimate Fantasy Locker Room. It's Thanksgiving week. My kids are home.
It's Thanksgiving?
I'm losing. What did I say?
Thanksgiving.
I didn't say stank.
That's everybody after they eat the meal.
Yeah, I feel like that's what he said.
I didn't say stanks.
Okay.
I don't know what the hell's on your brain. I'll tell you what. Like I said, I'm home. My kids are home, and losing my shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's crazy, right?
And I have no time to do anything. My daughter's waking me up at 7:30 in the morning for pancakes.
Yeah.
It's disgusting.
For Thanksgiving, what are you thankful for?
Yeah.
What am I thankful for? I'm thankful for Jason Garrett being fired.
Yeah, no,
today.
this is good.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Hey, should we, I was going to say I want to introduce my good friend, Zach, and then I realized I don't know his last name, so how good
yeah.
So, Zach, tell us what your last name is.
All right, my last name is Marin.
Okay, Marin.
Marin, whichever one you want to go with.
Yeah, I like that. The way you said it was almost Italian.
Thank you. It was Puerto Rican.
Yeah,
okay,
close.
That's good. Yeah.
Rocky likes Puerto Ricans.
I do. I grew
Mexicans too.
Yeah.
Yeah, my wife is Mexican. We didn't know that till like last year, but it was 23andMe, and we realized.
They'll get you. Everyone's 1% of everything.
Yeah, no, she's like
she's a lot percent.
She's like, because she thought she was Italian, and she was not. But
you thought she was Italian.
Yeah,
was she not at all? Or
she's like a little bit, but she's like 38% Mexican.
Wow.
Yeah. So I'm like,
that'll change the game.
It makes sense though. You said you hung out with a lot of Puerto Ricans in your life, right?
We could have got some scholarships, I think, for our daughters.
That's true.
Yeah, so we got screwed a little bit.
So did they not know that? I guess they didn't know either.
No, they didn't know at
Wow.
all. So
No, it was a bombshell.
it was a bombshell. Yeah. No, it was a bombshell. Not because I don't like Mexican people, but
No, you love them.
But I sold the family on that she was Italian.
Yeah, calzones and empanadas.
Yeah. So, anyways, my good friend Zach Marin.
Yes.
Marin.
Marin.
Yeah, I like
whichever one.
I'm gonna say it like an Anglo because I'm gonna mess it up.
Marin.
There we go.
Marin, yeah.
I get a lot of Marins too.
It's good too. So.
I'm not picky.
So we're excited to have you here, and
Thank you.
he's gonna. I mean, there's no way he's gonna do better than Mark.
Can I say something real quick? About that?
Go for it.
I was listening to your last episode.
Yeah.
And I think it was Mark that said start Jonathan Taylor with pessimism.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh, yeah. Good call.
I wish the 3 leagues, the 3 opponents I played took his advice because on almost every league 50 points. Someone scored 200 points. I was showing Rocky on Sunday.
Yeah.
200 points against me in one league.
I was close.
Let me tell you what. The worst thing. I started JTT.
Yeah.
I lost.
You know what? You got to. How about this? I started him in the 2 quarterback league. I didn't start at quarterback because I just didn't have anybody to start.
You started wow.
But I also had Eckler, so 9 touchdowns between the 2.
Yeah.
So the guy
that's a team that I had Henry on coming into the year and traded him.
The guy that I lost to had, and I felt good, man, because that 5 touchdowns in.
How could he not?
Justin Jefferson, and then Devontae Adams.
Nice.
Kill me.
I played Justin Jefferson in that game, but that was about it.
So we're going to introduce, our first section.
Why don't you let Zach tell us a little about himself? I mean,
you want to do that? Or
I mean,
sure.
I kind of got.
You hit the dropper and you get in it. I cut you off.
Well, I mean, you did kind of.
Sorry.
He could have talked.
I just felt like I don't even. I mean,
he talked about himself later. I mean, But
okay, all right.
No,
all right, go back. Hit the drop.
We'll save the best for last. How about that?
Now I want to know about Zach.
No.
Damn it!
I thought he was a good friend.
Zach, tell us about yourself.
Okay, cool.
Besides, you're an Eagles fan.
Yeah,
so
unfortunately.
Suspect here.
Well, we're also a Jets fan too. So unfortunately, we're from Jersey.
Yeah.
We lived in PA.
Yeah.
We've been in Florida for too long.
Yeah.
I've been doing fantasy for probably the better part of 6 years.
Nice.
Yeah.
Have you won?
No.
Yeah, but
we've been very close. You know what really screws me over? Our leagues are too long, and we're playing like backups and people that in the week 16, week 17. So I'll have the best team all year, and then I just can't get those waiver wire pickups where like Alexander Mattison is starting instead of Dalvin Cook and stuff like that.
So do you do like a weighted waiver so the worst teams get to pick up?
Yep. Yeah, it's your very standard.
Yeah.
Your worst team gets the first pick. We're in a PPR league. I'm in 3 10-player leagues.
But he is thinking about converting his oldest league into a dynasty.
Yeah, that sounds interesting.
So, and really, we might want to think about kicking out low-hanging fruit in
I
our
thought you were
league.
leaving my league. I'd say you take your spot.
I mean, you did kind of threaten that a couple.
No, I
weeks
didn't
ago.
threaten. I said you're welcome to leave because you said you acted like you
It
wanted
was an
to
open
leave.
invite.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, I wouldn't.
It was not a threat. It was a promise.
I want you to stay. I'm not going to beg you to stay.
Yeah. No, I like bothering your league. You like bothering my league.
I don't agitate in your league.
Oh, come on, you're full of shit.
I don't. Go look at the threads. I barely say anything.
It was kinda
You guys, that's a good question. Do you guys use waiver wire or not waiver wire message boards in your leagues?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Those are
well,
wastelands in our leagues. We
No,
don't-
both.
Well,
leagues.
mine has been a little dead this year, but
Some,
usually
I tried to
it's-
stir it up a couple times.
Yeah,
but,
I got to get in there, stir
yeah,
shit.
but they do Facebook.
We have a
Messenger,
Facebook group.
and then we do a text thread, and
That's what we do.
It gets active.
Yeah.
It gets
Yeah,
active.
it sure does.
So.
A lot of corny jokes.
The last thing that I can add real quick is that our commissioner, that's why we might do Dynasty, because he's very involved.
Yeah.
In fact, for our PPR league, he does power rankings.
Oh wow.
Where
Nice.
he roasts everybody. He goes off points allowed, points forced, and also your record.
Nice. You guy has a lot of time in his
Yeah,
hands.
he's
So
he
how
just
old
got
is
he's 21 too.
There you go.
He just got a
no girlfriend. I'm guessing.
no. He actually is recently engaged.
Jeez.
Yeah,
wow.
but he's also he actually just got a job at Eastridge High School, so
Wow.
he's got a free period.
Okay.
That's what
Okay.
he does.
Yeah.
But he's
That's
also
pretty cool.
he actually has a lot of time on his hands. He's the JV head coach too, and the defensive coordinator, I think, for the varsity. Something
That
like
sounds
that.
like a hell of a guy.
Yeah. Shout out Zach Condi if you're listening. I'll
You know,
put you
I
on.
think
You
I
should have
actually-
him on the show.
Yeah.
I think I've actually met him, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
So I had to share one thing. Am I allowed to share about your personal life?
Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
So he's dating.
Here we go.
One of my top execs, and this girl, she's 20.
Yep. 21 in
Who are we
January.
talking about?
Samara.
I don't know who that is.
So Marina's sister.
Yeah.
So
That's the other store, so.
this girl,
Yeah.
I tell her, I don't know if she's told you this. She needs to own a Chick-fil-A.
Okay.
She has got her stuff together at 20 years old.
She's a hard worker.
No, but it's further than that. Hard worker, fair beyond belief, extremely intelligent. My wife met her because she's been working at the store again, and it's like, that girl is the best you've got.
Yeah.
Like, she's fantastic.
That's an incredible compliment to get.
So what I'm trying to do
somebody.
is I'm
Now,
trying
what
to,
about Zach?
no, Zach's great
Yeah,
too.
what am I,
but
Zach-
I'm,
Zach-
I'm
Great
getting,
too.
Yeah.
I'm getting to know him, but I'm trying to make his future bright because she can make the money and he can do whatever he wants to
Sure.
do.
Latch on.
Sure, right?
You know, yeah.
Then I can really focus on fantasy football.
That's
There
it.
you go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
full
That's the
time,
dream.
so. All right, could I drop the?
Yeah, drop the thing. You're dying to drop.
Yeah. No, I'm not dying. I'm kind of a little nervous about
Did
dropping
you?
this one.
You didn't cut it.
I didn't cut it, so it's going to be a
No,
long.
this is terrible.
It'll be a long.
Can we talk over it?
Yeah,
This is an
bad.
editor's
You could maybe
nightmare.
lower. Yeah, this is so
I know
awkward.
this.
It's got a little like a little 70s
got a little build
porn video.
What's the issue?
This is terrible.
It's not good.
If there's
I
issue,
think we're,
No, I like it.
we gonna press them.
Oh, yeah. See that little funk on the end? That was you with the baby.
it's a little stank in that, is what you're trying to say, right?
We're thankful for
That
that.
was a little 70s Ohio funk in
It
there.
is.
Yeah.
It was. You know, it's sad. I was the only one alive in the 70s, right? You were born in the 70s?
No, I was born in the 80s.
God, I'm old. See?
Yeah. All right,
You
so
were probably
pressing
born in the
issues.
2000s.
Yep, 2000 to be exact.
Gosh, I'm like,
I've watched 90s cartoons though. I will say that.
that's something. I had
So
my
Matt
first-
Nagy.
Yeah. What do we think about? So the rumor is,
Yeah, that he's going
He's
to
gone.
get fired after Thursday.
but
Which
why?
doesn't make any damn sense. Which is why I'm picking the Lions. Part of the reason.
Really?
Yeah.
You know, they said in the Chicago Bulls arena, they were saying fire Nagy. They were chanting it.
Yeah, they were chanting
no,
it. Yeah.
for about no reason at all.
They-
Well, I mean, there's a reason, but
I think honestly, they look, I mean, they played the Ravens tough
I
with the
think-
backup quarterback.
I don't think he's as bad as everybody says he is.
Yeah, he's not creative on offense. I'll say that.
and he's also the offensive. He's that
He's
side
a
of the
play
ball,
caller.
so you should
Yeah.
be.
Yeah. Well, I almost wonder, I think he calls the plays. So I almost wonder if just give it over to somebody else.
Yeah.
You know?
So before we talk fantasy about it, like, I guess we kind of just touched on it. Do we think he's the problem there? I mean, I don't love the idea of drafting a quarterback with a coach and then the
Yeah.
next year immediately going into another system.
Yeah. So I don't know, man. He hasn't looked, I don't see the improvement.
They've been to the playoffs too the last 2 years.
You
they
also
got
are
worse.
You're starting Jason Peters too on your offensive line, so the line is probably worse than
That's
anything
true.
else on that.
Oh
team.
yeah, yeah. You're right about that because the I mean, poor Justin Fields, he was getting run down all the time.
And he's improving still with that. Yeah. So he's not the problem.
No, I don't think Fields is a problem. I think he's got not one but two.
Yeah.
Top. I mean, to me, they're both number one receivers. Mooney's
been good,
and Robinson.
Robinson has not been as good, but yeah.
Could that be coaching? They're not using him like they have in the past.
I think that Nagy lost Robinson. He lost him.
You think so?
Yeah.
It's possible. He's been there for a while. They keep losing, but they've been to the playoffs. I mean, it's hard to look at the Lions, Yeah. Look at the Lions. Look at the Giants.
Khalil Mack is on IR too. That defense isn't what it used to be,
Yeah.
They are getting older too, that defense.
Yeah, they are getting older, but they still, I mean, like that's not been the issue. If you look at what they've held teams to, they should, I mean, Nagy's in charge of the offense. They should be able to score some points.
Yeah.
They did when Trubisky was there.
Yeah, Trubisky, who Mark hated.
The Nickelodeon valuable player, the MVP.
Yeah, what a game. Yeah. The best backup in the league.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? Maybe they should sit Josh Allen and put Trubisky in and
you know what?
Buffalo.
That's a hot take.
Yeah.
How successful is the coaching tree for Andy Reid? Because he's an Andy Reid guy.
Yeah. Well, Andy
Doug
Reid.
Peterson, right? Was the Andy Reid guy?
He was.
Won a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
then got fired pretty quickly.
There's no but. He won the Super Bowl, though.
Yeah, but I feel like they all got they went to they got one good year and then they kind of flamed.
I'll take the good Super Bowl year.
With the Eagles, with that organization, though, our owner and Howie Roseman, our GM, they want a guy that's going to say yes, yes, and yes. Doug Peterson won a Super Bowl and started having an opinion.
Yeah.
That was the
I heard a interview with him like maybe a week or two ago on Part of My Take, and he was talking about that. He really couldn't get into specifics, but
well, the weird thing is coming out of being a Phillies fan.
Yeah.
Eagles. Philly.
You said Phillies. That's the baseball. Are you
hey,
Phillies
Bryce Harper. I actually am not into baseball at all, but Bryce Harper just won an MVP.
MVP,
shout out to him.
MVP.
Did you like Wentz? Were you happy to get rid of him, or because you had the Foles, Wentz?
I think it needed to happen.
Yeah.
To be honest, I mean, Nick Foles was probably the first quarterback besides McNabb that I've been watching as an Eagles fan, but I think it was a correlation of things. I think you needed to kind of get them both out in order to do it all, because Carson Wentz did have a mental block, or there was something there.
There was something going on.
Yeah, well, part of it was running for his life. It was
he has the same thing that Daniel Jones had. They try to make plays when they're not there.
I still dream about his 2017, what could have been MVP season before he tore both his knees.
Yeah,
that was rough.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm not saying I was not. I was happy.
You were happy.
Yeah, because I thought they weren't going to. It was over.
Man, I don't know how 2017 happened the way it did.
It's just one of those things, man. You caught fire. And
I have the Philly for the cameras. I've got the Philly special right here.
Oh, look at that!
Look at that.
That's dedication.
I was 17. Had the mom sign the signature. I was like, I need to get this now.
Well, and it was kind of similar. That game against New England was similar to your game against New England, where
the first one or this.
Well, the one where it was the Patriots were
18-0
undefeated. Yeah, like everybody said, Philly had no chance.
Yeah.
Everybody said the Giants had no
That's
chance.
the most satisfying, because if you think about it, the Jags almost went to the Super Bowl that year. So how much credit would we have gotten to beat Blake Bortles?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
wow, yeah, I forgot about that.
Anytime you can beat Brady, anytime that Brady pouts a little bit, it's a good day.
Oh,
It's a good day.
Unless
I don't hate Brady as much as you, but I hated him last night. I tell you that.
I don't hate Brady.
I kind of hate him sometimes.
I respect him, but I feel like, again, what I always say, he wouldn't be the guy I start a team with.
Well, the Giants used to have success against Tom Brady, but now that Jason Garrett's gone, maybe they will again.
Yeah, maybe. I'm happy about that. And
maybe so. Let's talk about
nice
that.
segue.
Thank you.
Wow, let me tell you something.
That's the host of me, the podcast.
This is
right
beautiful.
Mark, I don't know if you're listening.
Already, that's 1-0.
Your days are numbered.
Come on.
Mullet Mark.
Disgusting. Jason Garrett. The last year and a half has been the worst play caller in the NFL. The Giants have scored the least amount of touchdowns in the NFL.
Yeah.
They have the highest percentage of points by field goal in the NFL this year. He's been so terrible. I was watching a video today where Dan Orlovsky was breaking down a play. There's a play he ran where he had three receivers running into each other in the middle of the field. There's guys running into each other in parts of the field. The route concepts are bad, very unimaginative.
So
you
you're happy.
sign a guy. I'm very happy. A $19 million guy.
Yeah.
He gets 3 targets in the game. How does that happen?
Talk about Galladay.
Yeah, I
Hey.
just don't understand it.
You're talking to a Browns fan. I don't know. I don't know what the hell's going on with this. The play
But I
calling.
tell you what, the guy that's replacing him is a guy that you're familiar with, Freddie Kitchens. And I tell you what,
I like Freddie Kitchens.
as an offensive coordinator, I liked him in
Got
Cleveland.
no issues with that.
And then last year when he filled in for Garrett, is probably one of their better games with Colt McCoy at quarterback playing the Browns.
Yeah,
Huh.
he's not a head coach.
No.
He just can't manage everything.
Yeah.
But as a positional coach, he don't give a damn.
No,
he just
I
tries
went back
everything.
and watched that game today, like the cut down version. Offense way more open, a lot more pushing the ball. And this was with Colt McCoy in.
Yeah.
Pushing the ball down the field, testing the corners, like stuff that we haven't done.
The weird thing about
very
the
much of.
Giants are, and this is rare for me to say, but I actually like the Giants. I don't like the Bears. Like legitimately
hate
don't like
the
the
Bears.
Bears. But I like the Giants, and I actually like the Eagles too.
Oh, I don't. I'm sorry.
We'll take what we can get.
The Giants have talent. Like
Yeah.
Galladay is the number one receiver.
The
I
offensive
think.
line is a shit show, though.
Yeah, it's suspect.
On paper, though,
It's not
that-
just suspect. No, it is. Coming into the year, they were solid. Right now, they're starting a guy, Billy Price, that we traded for a week before week one.
You know where Billy Price went, right? Don't you dare talk bad about him.
I don't care where he went. He was the
Ohio
third.
State.
He was third on the depth chart in Cincinnati. They traded him away for a reserve defensive tackle,
Okay.
who we should have probably kept. But that's who's starting at guard right now. We have a guy, Will Hernandez, who's starting, that has been in and out of the lineup because of play, not because of injury. Nate Solder, we paid $15 million
Yeah,
to
you
3
overpaid,
years ago.
but you overpaid.
But he's a turnstile over there now.
Yeah, he's
Hey,
a,
well,
He's so bad.
Your offensive line had more touchdown catches than your receivers did. So.
Andrew Thomas has more touchdown catches than Tony and Galladay combined.
I love seeing a big guy catch a touchdown.
Oh man,
and then he's stretched out for that.
Yeah, he did.
you saw
He
the
was-
Dolphins.
That was
Yeah.
nice too. That was
Yeah.
nice. All right, nobody else cares about the
So
Giants.
I do think it helps though, that offense fantasy wise.
Yeah.
I do think they're going to open things up, and you'll see.
That's good because I got Galladay and Tony.
Maybe drop your Giants kickers now since they're not.
And I
kicking.
that's
can
true.
get
Graham Gano,
Yeah.
who's been great.
Yeah, he has been a top 3.
So let's talk about the issue that I think is the pressing issue in New York is what do you do with Saquon? I mean, he didn't look good last week, and I know he's coming off the ankle, but
I think that if he gives you a hometown discount,
so what's a hometown discount? What do you think that is?
I think if
He's a $10 million cap hit right now, guaranteed $4.7 million.
Right. And Chubb signed, I think Chubb's making about 13, 14 million.
I
a
don't
year.
give him that.
Okay.
I
So you're
can't
saying-
give him that. Maybe that's serendipity right there.
What do you think? Do you think Saquon's?
I thought about it and I thought it was going to be harder to answer, but no, I don't think so. I mean, I looked into it a lot and, you can save a lot of money by restructuring even maybe, but he's pretty injured. He's had 7 injuries in 3 years.
That's the crazy thing
He's
is,
played 7 games the last 2 years, I think.
Yeah.
That,
Something like that. Yeah, I mean,
7's his number.
so if you sign him, you're signing him off the promise of what was a year and a half, really.
yeah.
yeah, his rookie year was incredible,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
I just don't think you could pay him. But you have to address the offense. Well, I know you're going to address it in the draft, but you have to address too many other spots on the team
Yeah,
to
well, and
allocate
running-
that much money for a running back.
And running back is a position that has proven, unless
Expendable.
you've got a difference maker,
Yeah.
or unless you got a Derrick Henry. Who else? Maybe a
When
Nick
was
Chubb.
Jonathan Taylor drafted?
Last year.
Last year.
I'm saying, what round do we?
I
Third?
think he was third. Yeah.
So
he was
this
a
is
high
my
third.
point. Like, if Saquon's not going to, he has to deliver
Yeah.
to even justify it.
Yeah.
If he's not, then I'll go get a back out of it.
But this is
Tiki
why-
Barber wasn't a first round pick. Brandon Jacobs, Ahmad Bradshaw, guys that have been successful.
Tad, to your
None of
point.
them were top picks.
31st offensive line ranking for the Giants too.
that's
You got to put money towards that.
Yeah, you're right. You got to put because I do think Danny with the line and those receivers.
I think his problem is that first interception was terrible.
Well, he's like Wentz, like you said.
But the second one,
Wentz does the same thing. Like because you mentioned it a
Yeah.
couple
he's
weeks
trying
ago.
to make a play. Just
trying
take
to
the
make
sack.
a play, take it, sack.
You honestly
or,
can't. You can't. Sometimes you can't coach that out of players.
No,
Wentz
no.
still does
Sometimes
it.
you can. Wentz
No.
still does it too.
And when it's Brett
But to
Favre
be fair,
and you
Eli
win-
did that most of his career too.
Yeah, but I think he
Up
was
until
safer.
like the last 3 years.
I think he
but-
was safer with it.
No,
Really?
he had his games like so.
I never heard you say a bad thing about Eli.
No, I've always said bad things about
kiss
Eli.
your mom with that
They're
mouth?
measured, but I'm always defending against you. So
You kiss Eli with that mouth?
Yeah, I would.
Oh, he would. They would honestly.
So
I've got a buddy. He's a Brady fan. Well, he's a Bucks fan, and he's been on my podcast saying that he would love to be Tom Brady's son. I'm like, you know what Tom Brady does to his sons? He's like, oh, I know. I'm like, all right, okay.
this is what because you know how like and you know I'm older than you guys, so
you're
you know,
older.
There's all these designations now that I'm learning, like sexual orientations that I'm like I never heard before.
Well, tell us more.
Is there one for a guy that would only get with Eli Manning? Because I think this is a subset that fits your family. Because you and your brothers.
That's fair, but we'd be tops, power tops.
Eli's retired. I don't know if he's doing that anymore. I don't know if he's
Saying there's no submissiveness here.
But I want to know what that, like, you know, there's pansexual.
You want to know what it would feel like?
No, I want to know.
quarterback sexual.
Yeah. What is the term?
I don't know. Just,
Mansexual? Could it be a Manning?
well, no. I mean, I guess, but that kind of fits. But then it seems like it's all men.
You know what they say about Ryan Reynolds, right?
Yeah,
What do they say about him?
That if you don't compliment Ryan Reynolds, then you're actually closeted. That you have to,
You
So
know, he
maybe-
came out. Ryan Reynolds came out pretty hard against Paul Rudd.
About?
Oh, because Paul
becoming
Rudd.
the sexiest.
I think it
man
was
of
a
the year.
joke.
Yeah, but I mean, like,
Yeah.
you know, in every joke, there's a little bit of truth.
You know,
Hey,
Paul Rudd is 52. I had no idea.
Yeah, he's my age.
He looked a lot better.
Oh, he looks fantastic. Yeah, I mean,
he looks a lot better than me too. But
I got to get his.
Diet regimen.
No, I don't think it's that. I think it's like the guy who does the fix-up work.
skincare routine. You're saying?
I think he's had some surgery.
I thought you need a surgeon.
Maybe.
Yeah, calf implants.
You got the money for that. Come on.
Ass implants. I think he's got.
Got that Chick-fil-A money laying around.
All right. Okay. Next topic. Time to panic. Are we panicking about? Here's some teams in discussion: Buffalo, Dallas, Tennessee, Rams, Browns.
I'm panicking about everybody there except Tennessee.
Okay. So you're not panicking about Tennessee.
No.
They look terrible. Terrible.
It's a long season. They look terrible against the Jets, and they reeled off 6 wins in a row against playoff
Let me
teams.
ask you a question. Who they thrown to?
I can
Does it
answer
matter?
that.
They won 6 games.
Second easiest schedule going forward.
Okay, there you go.
That
This
helps.
is- yeah, this is the kind of stats we don't get.
I don't need those, but that's a
Mark.
great stat.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, I mean, the proof's in the pudding.
The Titans could lose their division. to the
Yeah, they
Colts.
can.
And the AFC is pretty even throughout the entire thing.
And the
So,
Colts, I think the Colts they're coming on. You know, as long as JTT can move the ball like
The
that.
Colts played Tennessee twice already, I think.
I'm not. That's the one fact I don't have.
I'm gonna
I'm
look.
pretty sure they've lost twice to them.
I was on board with you with the Titans, but then the Titans don't do one thing great, in my opinion.
Not anymore, they don't.
Yeah. So it's hard because the Colts might steal it.
Boy, if you don't get
Cold take.
Did you mean that?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
Let's not ask.
Those
if
are
I
the
meant
those
it,
are the
though.
fantasy gods telling me that Titans are going to the Super Bowl. Basically,
Nobody knew I didn't meant it till you asked.
I knew.
I do think the Cowboys are safe, and I wouldn't panic about them strictly because who's winning that division? Do we
I
really
think the Eagles have a shot.
Yeah,
I
but
think Dallas loses this week.
against
Cooper's out.
The Raiders.
The Raiders. Lamb is also out with a concussion.
That's true.
Yeah, the Colts have lost.
They look
twice.
bad.
Yeah.
2 of the last 3 weeks.
Which is I can't believe I'm defending the Cowboys in any
Yeah.
sneak regard.
This
but
is a tough position.
yeah,
for you to
I
be in.
mean the Falcons and the Panthers are fighting for the 8th seed, so the Eagles could sneak in there. But I mean,
I think the Eagles have a shot at the division.
I'm going to tell you. First of all, you're right. Tennessee beat Colts twice, but both games were really close. They were.
I'm just saying as far as the division
tiebreakers.
race.
Yeah.
I'm with you. I'm not afraid of the Cowboys. They have too much ammunition. They have too much firepower.
I think their record is cushioned enough.
Yeah.
You might be right, but they still have the Eagles played the Cowboys yet? No, right?
No,
You got 2 games.
We've
I
got
mean,
divisional games.
listen,
Well,
throughout
and the
rest.
Cowboys do struggle against a running quarterback.
That is true.
You know, and Jalen looks
that
untouchable.
defense. Well, this is the thing. That defense looked great in the beginning of the season when I forget this guy's name was getting an interception every game.
Yeah.
But that's not going to keep up all season
Trevon
because
Diggs.
he's getting what was hidden in that time was that he was losing on a lot of routes. He was getting burned.
Yeah.
And now he's not getting the turnovers.
Right, he
the
jumped the
offense
right
looks a little
Yeah.
shaky. You got 2 of your top receivers out this week. You lose this week. What are they? Maybe 3 games
Who?
behind the Eagles?
About
Yeah. You got 2 games
I think I
head
can't
to
figure
head.
out about the Dallas Cowboys is
They always fold.
I don't see.
and it's beautiful.
Yeah, it is. I don't see any issue with Zeke. Like physically, he's Zeke.
Yeah.
He hasn't lost a step.
Yeah.
But he can't seem to get in a rhythm. I can't quite figure it out. And Pollard, who was looking good, start of the season has looked bad the last few games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, how about the Rams, Buffalo, or the Browns? I'm panicking as a Browns fan.
I'm panicking for the Browns too because
Panic beyond
Mayfield's not healthy.
Yeah,
I shut him down.
Yeah, I think you
shut him
have
down.
to.
I think you're better to shut him down and let
Keenum get to practice.
Case Keenum get to practice and see what he can do.
It's not a good quarterback draft, man, and that's why I want Jalen Hurts to stay and really wrap around.
I like Hurts.
Me too. Oh man, I love him.
I think that there's some gets that you might get in the second round that might turn out to be decent quarterbacks, but I don't like any of the first ones out.
Yeah.
You know, to me, I think you're almost going to get
I'm not saying to give up on Baker. I'd say you got to shut him down and let him get healthy.
I think you might, because
I don't know. I'm in the middle on him.
Because I mean, Colin Cowherd, says this perfectly
He
to
hates-
a degree.
he hates Cowherd.
Perfect guy to talk about with the Browns.
Yeah.
This entire season was Baker Mayfield going up against people that were drafted either right after him or a few seasons after him. Lamar Jackson, Justin Herbert, and all these guys are beating his team.
Yeah.
And
Well,
he's
so-
not
That's true.
performing.
He looked good in the Air Bear, against
is
the
true.
Chargers. It was a great game.
That's
looked
good.
terrible against Mac Wilson. Mac
Jones.
Wilson?
Jones. Mac
Wilson.
Jones.
Mac and cheese.
Mac and cheese.
Are you hungry?
He has 2 games though. Here's the crazy thing: they won the game last week, and it felt like a loss because they barely
Well, yeah,
beat
I mean-
and they were up.
Lions are on the come up though.
The Lions are not terrible, but the Lions
Well-
they were up 13-0.
I think they are, but yeah.
13-0. No, I mean they're
But they're
terrible,
terrible.
but they've played a lot of people tough.
Yeah.
They have.
That's what you want in a rebuild,
Yeah.
anyways.
Yeah, because you think about like Minnesota had a last-second field goal. The Ravens barely beat
The
them. on a
Ravens
last-second
won. They
field-
should have won that game. That's terrible.
The
Yeah.
Pittsburgh Steelers tied them. So they've played a lot of teams tough.
Yeah.
But we were up 13-0 at halftime. And then we didn't, it's like they had no faith in Mayfield. They didn't let him throw a ball over 10 yards.
Yeah.
They seem to have given up on him.
Yeah. Well, it could be the injuries too. There.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, so Buffalo, I think they got
I'm
bitch
panicking.
slapped.
I'm panicking on.
They
the
got
Bills.
punked.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
looked bad. And Josh Allen seems like every move he made forward in the second season, it's like he
regressed
moved
a little
he
bit,
moved
yeah.
the
But in his defense, they have 0 running game.
0, except for him.
20th best rushing offense,
Yeah. Yeah, and if you
And
take
who
him
is
out,
and that's Josh Allen.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, the reason with this is the Bills have already lost the Colts. They've already lost these teams that are in the AFC that aren't winning their divisions currently right now, and the Patriots are probably going to win that division.
I said it last week. I was bullish on the Patriots. You
Yeah.
guys called them imposters.
That was a good take.
yeah. No, I don't.
You were talking
yeah,
about
but
Cam Newton though. You had a good take on Cam Newton. I heard about
I
last.
had a
week.
good take that
Yeah.
kind of didn't work out. I think.
Well, he looked good though.
Yeah, I'm saying I said I wasn't
He
sure.
looked like Cam.
Yeah, but it's
What I said is I had to see him win it. Like I had to see him do it again, which
Yeah.
I did. So
yeah.
I was excited in the first half.
Yeah.
Looked great. All right, so let's get through the Rams real quick. I know I'm worried about them.
they went all in.
Yeah.
Man, I mean, 2 big trades, Von Miller, and they picked up
Odell.
Odell.
They just
Yeah.
haven't seemed. They
How can I
look a
not
little
remember
shaky.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
division is good. The Cardinals have a stranglehold on there. They're going to play
Yeah,
on the
9
road.
and 2, 9 and 2 right now.
They look good.
Yeah, they look really good, and they won with Colt
Colt
McCoy.
McCoy.
That's how
He
it's
played
good.
well.
That's how you know it's a good team right there.
Yeah.
They're 2-1 with him.
And who's actually probably the best backup in the league.
Yeah.
It's weird because it's like Nick Foles. Like he's taken a team to the Super Bowl, won it. He looked really good, like it with another team.
Yeah.
But he can't start on his own. Colt McCoy looks
McCoy's
good,
been good though everywhere as a backup.
but he's never
Not a
taken
starter.
the first.
Career
I think the
backup.
arm talent is what holds him
Yeah.
back. Honestly,
Yeah.
I think with the Rams, it's all about perspective for your team and what you want to do with it. Because for the Rams, and I think they've even said this publicly, it is Super Bowl or bust.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
the Rams organization should panic a little bit.
Yeah.
Because on paper they're a top 5 team. They're going to be in the playoffs for sure.
Yeah.
But it's Matt Stafford hasn't won a playoff game. He's
Mm-hmm.
looked bad on prime time.
Well, and Sean McVay, for as much as we like him, hasn't proven the ability to win the big game yet.
Yeah.
Like he lost in the Super Bowl.
Well, he won some big games to get to the Super Bowl.
He
so
did, but he
that's not
was
fair.
like, and it
and
was
he went
Belichick.
up against Belichick, and he had
yeah.
Goff.
But I don't know, man.
You know
but
that stat?
I do think it's a tough.
That stat where I don't know what it is now, but at one point was like 20-0 for Sean McVay going or leading into the half.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
So beat McVay in the first half,
Yeah.
and you might win that game.
So my problem with the Rams is if they don't get home field advantage, who do I see them going on the road and beating in the NFC?
That's a good point.
And this is the same question I had with Arizona, but Arizona's been good on the road this year, so it's kind of changing.
Arizona won again without
Yeah.
Hopkins, without Kyler Murray.
Yeah, so they changed my mind, but
Yeah.
I don't know about the Rams. All right, so let's move on.
S of the week.
That guy's an asshole.
Even when Mark is not here, he's kind of here. So we're going to talk about this one. This is, we're going to play a little bit of a clip here, and I tell you, this was fantastic. Like,
It's quite a word to use.
I would have paid for this fight.
oh yeah, this is
Pay-per-view.
like you said, WWE on the basketball.
It was.
court.
It was like a work.
In the right corner.
Yeah, and I mean, it looked like he did it. Like
No, he threw the elbow on purpose.
yeah, he knew he was.
But I don't think he knew he was going to
Yeah,
hit him that hard.
when you see Isaiah's face here,
You think it's because he fell on the?
No, that was the
Because
elbow.
he's not bleeding
to the
this much
cheek.
right now. But then when he later in the scene, he
Oh, his blood is already in his mouth. You
Yeah,
can
you
see.
can see it in the tongue for sure.
Look, he's telling the trainer, "Hey,
this
Hey,
is
let
my
me go.
It's my favorite part.
let me
I'm
go.
cool. I'm cool.
Yeah,
oh no, he's about through."
look at LeBron backing up. LeBron's nowhere. So,
Yeah, he's.
This is my favorite part now. He's calming down. There's blood flowing though. It looks pretty rough.
Oh, he's a strong guy.
Have you
He
seen
is
the
a
freeze
strong guy.
frames of Westbrook? Like, put your dukes up, like
Oh,
old
yeah,
fashioned,
like
like
the- yeah.
fisticuffs.
Yeah,
I don't know if it's shown it yet, but he's in the corner somewhere like this.
All right, so now they're calming him down.
He's calm. He goes over to this
They're gonna
young
walk him
lady.
to-
He's like,
"Let's go to the locker rooms, get
I'm-
you checked out." He's good. I'm good.
I'm fine.
Said, Thank you.
I'm fine.
Oh, I'm all right.
I'm
And then,
fine.
get off me.
Swim move. Oh, I think this is the fisticuffs.
It was Russell Westbrook. Put your dukes up.
Yeah, look. I mean,
There it is, right there.
he got deep, man. He got deep into the next level.
How deep did he get?
He got
I think I said
Deep
this
enough,
before,
man. Deep
before we
enough.
started recording, but the Titans need a sign.
Oh, he kind of favors Derrick Henry a little bit,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
he does have dreads.
So, oh, geez, that's
That's what you're saying.
that's not at all what I'm saying. But
Suspensions for both of them.
yeah, suspension. So my ass of the week is LeBron James.
Yeah, we'll cry Brady there.
yeah. I mean, now look at
I was with you, but I think him. I mean, you know what? Yeah, he is the ass of the week.
he's the ass of the week because he normally gets away with this, as you mentioned, Zach. First suspension ever in 19
Look at
years.
the Pistons coach. Look at him. He's losing it over there.
Yeah. I would not have wanted to try to contain. I mean, he's a
You
big,
forget how big these NBA players are
big
until you
dude.
go see them. They're insane.
Yeah. Yeah, this is good. This is good.
Yeah, like I said, I don't think he does get away with it, but I think he usually doesn't hit people in the face with his elbow.
It's all the score right there. They're losing
That's
to the Pistons
exactly
by
it.
like
That's
8 to
exactly
10
it.
points.
Pistons
It's
arguably
upset.
the worst team in the East. Yeah,
Well, and the thing is, the Lakers have not looked
no.
great. I mean,
They might miss the playoffs.
they might miss the playoffs,
That's a conversation to be had.
which is a beautiful. Honestly, I'm okay with that. You know,
Yeah.
I'm a big LeBron guy because
Are you, though?
he got me a
It
championship.
sounds like he's not a big LeBron
Well,
guy.
he got me a championship.
LeBron is the Lakers. They're the LeBreakers.
I hate the Lakers.
Something.
That's the issue. If he had gone,
Why do you hate
almost-
the Lakers?
I hate them. I just hate the Lakers.
You hate anything good?
No. I hate
Kobe? Is that what it is? You hate Kobe?
I hate,
Anything
I hate
old,
an
maybe?
unfair advantage.
What's the unfair advantage?
They got
have
more money than God. They got.
Well,
an
I mean, look,
attractive
I
place.
hate you because you have more money than me. How's that work?
That's fair. I actually have felt that hate. You know what? It takes a gut to come
got
and
a lot
play
of
in
them.
Cleveland, play in Philadelphia,
Okay.
play in
Yeah.
Hobo. You know,
Well, he played in Cleveland.
yeah,
There's an asterisk.
He went
next to
back
that.
when he didn't have to.
yeah, he did, and he's going to come back again when the Cavs draft his son.
Yeah.
Ah,
So why don't you just shut up?
3 years. I like him then.
Yeah, you'll love him then.
To me, this is even with the Cavs. LeBron has a penchant to do the wrong. Like he just. I think he feels he's above the law sometimes.
Yeah, I don't like LeBron.
You seen there's a clip of I think it was maybe a Golden State Cavs Christmas game or something like that. There was an older lady on the sideline, and LeBron got a call or maybe didn't get a call, and he was talking to the ref, and then she was like, "Oh, suck it up, LeBron," and then he looks.
Is that the one where he got him kicked out? You talking about?
maybe. I'm
That
not
happened
sure.
Last year.
But I remember that clip. Suck it up, LeBron.
Greatest thing ever is LeBron. When he was in Cleveland, they were always
The first time or the second time?
First time, before he left the first time, and it was always, we are all witnesses
I remember
to
that.
greatness. They had a big, like, on the side of a building.
Yeah, I've been there.
That goes to
Yeah,
somebody's
thank
head.
It went, and then when he left, and he lost that first playoff, the first championship to the Mavs,
Yeah.
they X'd out the witnesses and they put quitnesses,
Oh my God,
which was great. So,
Just put victims.
it's petty.
so, anyways, that's my ass of the week. You guys okay with that?
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm okay. He
that's
wasn't ass. It was reckless for him to do, and then
Yeah.
All right.
the fact that he got, I think, one game. The other guy, I mean, I loved what he did, but
I
he
did
got
too.
more game. He was reckless too.
I think he maybe could have gotten one more game.
Yeah, no, because I think they both got one games, right?
No, I thought he got two.
No, I
the
think
other guy.
I'm pretty sure it's 1-1.
Both got one.
No, I think it's 2-1. I thought that's what I heard last night.
He should have got more because he wasn't going down. Like,
Yeah.
I was waiting for them.
He faked everybody out.
I was waiting for like somebody to come out with like a tranquilizer gun just to like shoot him down because I
It's
didn't
probably
think,
the best moment
I didn't
in the
think he was
NBA
going
this
down.
season so
Oh, yeah.
far. Him
Yeah. Other than now,
telling them he's okay.
well, what was good about this compared to like the other big fight in the NBA that was the Malice in the Palace.
There's been a few others, but yeah, that was the big one.
That was the one where
Yeah, Ron Artest.
Ron Artest, jumped
Steven
into-
Jackson.
Yeah, the fan threw beer on him.
Yeah.
Man.
That was like people got hurt there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like people got hurt here.
There might have been a trainer that needed a trainer that got.
That's
elbowed.
true. He got
Yeah.
that one guy got trucked hanging onto his.
Do they have athletic trainers for athletic trainers?
I'm sure they do. I'm sure the LA Lakers do for sure.
Oh, yeah,
Detroit
yeah.
maybe not.
Maybe not. Yeah, Detroit.
Detroit's got a box with like Robitussin and Band-Aids
They
instead.
got some Ben Gay and like
Ben Gay.
supporter or something, you know. So, all
Hey,
right,
we love you, Detroit.
Yeah, we do.
yeah, we do.
Shout out
So let's go to let's talk about the games now. Which we don't have a
What
drop
games?
for the games, do we?
You don't have to point these things out.
I want to hear you sing. Maybe we can
No.
get Zach.
Ooh,
No.
that is a no-go.
Maybe we can get like a little bit of.
If you didn't sing for karaoke on Sunday, I'm not going to sing
oh
now.
yeah, I didn't
Yeah.
sing. Yeah, we had
Karaoke
karaoke
on
on
Sunday?
Sunday, and
Where?
they're trying to get me up, and I'm like, no, I'm not.
You could have
Where
sang
was this?
tequila.
Where was this?
We had a nice Friendsgiving
Okay.
in our drive-through
Oh,
under the
okay.
lights.
Nice.
We put tables out. We had smoked turkeys and hams. They were really
Oh
good.
man,
The ham was great.
hold on. Let me see.
Yeah, they were good, man.
I'm
Where is the invite?
thankful for that.
It's the- yeah,
for
it
the
was
ham.
Thanksgiving. No, the
Wow.
turkey and ham was pretty good. I got to say.
So I guess it didn't go through.
No, we
what you
didn't. I
texted
mean-
me.
Yeah, we had our Pasquale quota.
Okay. Nobody?
Zero, yeah.
Okay.
The quota was zero. So,
Hey, noted.
all right, let's talk about fantasy games of that we want to focus on. First game is Thursday, Vegas versus Dallas. It's interesting.
I actually like the running backs.
Yeah, I did
think
too.
the theme for all these games for me are I really like the running backs, but the Vegas Raiders have the 29th worst run defense.
Yeah, and Josh has looked pretty good even when the Raiders haven't looked very good.
Yeah, which is surprising because I was very low on Josh
I
Jacobs.
think we all were.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we all were, yeah. And he's honestly been a fringe one all year.
for his ADP steal.
Yeah.
And Kenyon Drake has been Kenyon Drake. So
Yeah.
Yeah, it's,
Yeah, you can't. I
he
would have
just
counted.
does what he does
it's ridiculous.
everywhere.
That
he just
guy,
gets money.
That guy has stolen more money than any
Hey,
player.
more power to him.
Yeah.
Well, maybe not. I think maybe Brock Osweiler a few years ago with the Texans. That was robbery to the highest
Oh,
degree.
Brock, man, I forgot about
That was
Brock.
Lamar Miller and DeAndre Hopkins. That was like the trifecta offense, apparently.
Yeah.
What-
And the great thing was the Browns then robbed Denver by signing him, but getting
Yeah.
like a second round pick that became Nick Chubb.
Oh, wow. Wow.
I
Became
didn't realize that either.
Yeah.
That's underrated.
Yeah.
All right, so Dallas, so you like Zeke.
Yeah. Well,
Like I said before, the two wide receivers. Well, he hasn't cleared concussion protocol, but he's only going to have 3 days. So the thought is that CeeDee Lamb will be out. Cooper's still out with the COVID. Michael Gallup, who's owned in a lot of leagues, I think is obviously
yeah.
a guy you fire up. But what about Cedric Wilson, who's been good this year when Gallup was out? Now he'll probably slide into the wide receiver 2 role.
I mean, he's explosive, and I mean, when he's started, he has looked good, but I'm not sure if I'm going that deep. I think it's going to go to the main two. I think it's going to be Gallup. I think Zeke's going to pick up some extra receptions. They got to find a way to get Zeke going, and if they can't run him behind that line, I think they have to pass, give him short screens and let him do what he does.
That's why I'm high on the running backs, because Dak Prescott has not looked good these last 2 weeks. So
true.
they gotta. I mean, what Dak's best years are when Zeke was the focal point. So maybe they get back to that a little bit, run the rock more. Dak kind of gets confidence.
Have you heard the deep rumor about
Deep.
Dak for Mayfield?
Deep Dak
and a pick?
rumor, the triple
That's
D.
a terrible rumor.
Dak for Mayfield?
It's not
Mayfield?
true.
No,
No,
it's
I kind of want the Cowboys to do that, actually.
yeah.
Why would the Cowboys trade for Baker
Well,
Mayfield?
because they'd also get a pick, I guess. And there's thought that they feel like they may have overpaid for him.
Who, for Dak?
Yeah.
They're
Really?
going to overpay for any. I mean, I see that. There's no way that's true. I can't see that.
Jerry Jones, if you're listening, please trade
Would
for
you
Baker
do that
Mayfield.
if you were the Browns?
Yes, if I was the Browns, I'd do that.
Oh, my-
I
yeah.
would too.
yeah.
I would.
He's trying to push a narrative. Rocky's trying to.
Yeah, you
Start
throw that
something.
push that into the
Aaron Rodgers to the Browns. That's what I'm pushing. So. All right. So anybody else? Like, what about Vegas? Who do you like as far as wide receivers?
Nobody.
You
I
don't
mean,
like
Nobody
Ruggs.
that Waller.
You don't like Ruggs?
I liked. Well, Ruggs is. Nobody really likes Ruggs right now. I picked
He's
up.
fast.
Yeah.
150. How can you go that? Like, seriously? How
That's
can
a-
you be
I
that
don't know, it's
intoxicated
crazy.
and go that quick?
That's a tragedy right there.
Yeah, I mean, it was ridiculous. He was twice the legal limit.
Yeah.
And you know what I learned too, that I mean, apparently I could be wrong on this, but the NFL has private transport for these players.
Yes.
Oh yeah, for all
Yes.
of them. Yeah.
I had no idea. So
Yes.
you're really dumb for getting in the car at that
Yeah.
point.
Well, it's amazing. It's tragic that he lost, his friend, but it's amazing that he didn't also die.
Yeah.
Like it's unreal, and I think it.
Yeah, that is crazy.
But I think it's because he was so out that
His
he-
body just went for it. Yeah,
he
it
didn't
went limp.
tense up. He didn't tense up. Anyways, Renfro, you don't like Renfro. You do.
I mean,
He's an all right
I think it
fringe
depends.
4,
yeah.
fringe 3.
It depends on who you have.
When it depends on Carr, who has not looked great the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, but I'm saying to start Renfro, I think you have to be in the. I'm so sorry. These fat fingers of mine. Well, I
you
think
keep playing with your
Yeah,
phone.
no,
The
It's
soundboard said to start Renfro
yeah.
right there.
So Renfro, wow. It's like it depends on who else is on your roster. I think he's that kind of guy. Or yeah, he's very fringe. Like if this week the matchup's right, if you got a guy on a bye,
Yeah.
he's not. He had a little run there in the middle, or the earlier part of the season where he was pretty consistent. But yeah, just as Carr goes, I think he goes, and it's been a little spotty. I still think you have to start Waller and
Yeah.
Yeah.
and Jacobs. I'm not starting Carr either.
Well,
Yeah.
we talk about this all the time. For where you drafted Waller, you have to start him every week.
Every week.
Yeah.
It's just
Kittle, Kelsey, all three.
well, and Kittle finally. talk
Finally
about
showing
them
signs
later.
of life. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, how about the Bucks? I'm intrigued by the Bucks and the Colts.
I like this matchup.
I do. I
the
think
Colts.
the Colts are coming up. I think
Yeah.
Tampa's having a little bit of
Yeah.
issue. I love JTT. If you don't start him, not like Mark said, there's no pessimism. You start him.
Yeah.
Fantasy MVP,
Yeah.
maybe even
Yeah.
real MVP.
Yeah, I mean, he's leading the league in rushes. I think he's number one in touchdowns
Yeah.
now.
No quarterback really is having an MVP season, off the top of the head at least.
No,
Yeah.
not really.
No. So who else do you like on the Colts?
I like Michael Pittman Jr.
I mean, you gotta like Michael
I need
Pittman
to
Jr.
toot my horn a little bit. He was the last player drafted in my league. I took him with the last pick.
Wow.
I traded him to Mark, and it was a throwaway pick.
Oh, nice.
I was not. I was not high in Pittman. I
Yeah.
thought he was good.
Yeah.
That was it. And boy, what a mistake!
Well, he took Carson, or didn't take Carson Wentz's number, but when Wentz came to Indy, he asked Michael Pittman for 11, and then he said, "No, I'm good. I'm going to keep my number." After having maybe 70 receptions or 70 yards for the season
Yeah.
for his rookie year, you know.
yeah,
Hey, you got balls.
got
Yeah.
balls. I like that. No
And
issue.
listen, they're going up against the banged up,
Yeah, no issue.
and
there.
despite what happened last night, the bad secondary for the Bucks.
Bucks secondary's bad,
Um,
but I do start Lenny. In this
yeah, I
game.
think you got to start.
And I think, my God, if you got a receiver, you got to start him. Mike Evans looks great.
Yeah, Godwin
looks great.
Yeah.
And if Brown comes back, I don't know
If Brown comes back, that entire offense is better.
Yeah,
for sure. But do
yeah.
you start him or do you?
It may not help. It to me.
I wouldn't start AB. I would maybe, or it depends.
That's
It
what I'm
really
saying. It's tough. I don't know if in this matchup if I start him.
AB was
Boy, if you don't get
wow. I
know
thought I
what's
did something
happening,
wrong.
man.
Soundboard's
I don't
going
know
off
what's-
today.
I literally thought I did something wrong. AB was the recipient of the touchdowns early in the year when he was playing.
Yep.
I do think Gronk looked very good last night. He had 6 receptions.
He looked good. Yeah.
You got to go with the targets. I mean, that's why. Besides Michael Pittman being great recently, he has. I mean, I wrote it down.
Ridiculous.
5+ targets in the last forever. He had 2 12-target games and 1 15-target week. So.
Yeah, I remember it was a 3-week stretch where he had like 34 targets in 3 games.
15
like
targets in a game is insane. He had
Yeah,
30.
it's
He dropped
crazy.
30 points that week against the Colts.
Yeah.
Or not
That's like
against the Colts,
old DeAndre Hopkins numbers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I needed. I was behind even with JTT in one game. Had Gronk.
Yeah.
It's 12 minutes left in the game. I need 4 points.
Yeah.
I felt pretty good about it, and then he went cold because the Giants just didn't. If the Giants could have scored one more time,
It'd have been nice.
I think the Bucs.
I would have won
kept
some
going.
money.
Yeah. So, anyways, what about? Okay, so no, I think we've covered everybody.
Yeah,
right?
I think so.
Yeah. So what about Tennessee, New England?
There you go. Tennessee, New England South. Tennessee versus New England. Who would it?
I think New
it's
England's
hard.
winning this game. I got to be honest with you.
You think? Yeah, I think New England
I've
will
got
win this
that's
game
one of my
too.
picks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Hunter Henry has 7 touchdowns in the last 8 games, so I think maybe if in the tight end position being so thin, I think you start Hunter Henry if you have him.
So is Jonnu hurt?
He's not the guy for whatever reason. If he is healthy, that
That was who you liked too out of the two. Remember?
So, well, what I said, and I'll
Sorry to
stand
do that
behind
to you.
this. No,
Yeah.
what I said was physically, he's the guy.
athletic freak, as
Yeah.
you would
Yeah.
say.
Yeah,
Freak of
but
nature.
he can't put it together on
I
the
think
field.
you know what it is because there's one way. I think somebody talked about this on your last episode too. The one way to not get the ball or to even play is to have a turnover, to fumble.
Yes.
And I think
yeah,
I
you
think
get in the
John-
doghouse pretty quick.
Well, and the
there.
thing about
Smith was doing that early this season. I think
he was, and the thing about a Belichick offense is you go where you're told to go.
Yeah.
Like you run that route.
Mhm. Do your
That's why I
job
was
is there.
afraid of OBJ going to New England because he's not. He wants a freestyle,
Mm.
and it doesn't work. Belichick will sit your
Yeah.
rear down. He's not putting up with that.
All right. So, what about Stevenson, Harris? Which of the two are you starting if you have them?
So Harrison's coming back. He was in a concussion protocol, but I understand he's coming back, and that makes neither one exciting to me.
Did
because of
Damian
that.
Harris not play last week?
He did not. No,
I
he did
thought I
play.
seen
He
him
did
play,
play.
yeah.
Yes, he did play, but he came out of the concussion protocol, so they ran Stevenson more.
Okay.
But I think it was close. I think
So
it
you're
was
not
like
running either
7
one
to
of these
12.
guys?
Well, I should have the stats in front of me. I think it was like 12 rushes for Stevenson compared to 7
Yeah.
for Damian, and that scares me because then you need a touchdown to make a fantasy value.
I think Tennessee will come to play this week too.
They better. They
What
better.
about them? I mean,
I really don't like anybody. If I'm being
It's tough,
totally
right?
honest. Yeah. Tannehill looks terrible. Looks like Dolphins Tannehill. AJ Brown is very boomer bust this year.
Yeah, Julio's not playing.
Adrian
right?
Peterson just got cut, so maybe Nicholson or maybe Foreman, but that's a bit. I had to start Foreman last week, and I'm not going to do it again.
Let me ask you the question I can't figure out. Why has Todd Gurley not been picked up?
I thought about that today.
Yeah, I mean, he had,
because his knees are shot, man.
yeah, and even as shot as they were last year, he had 11 touchdowns. He knows how to find the end zone.
Yeah.
Even when he shouldn't. Remember that Lions game?
Yeah.
When he wasn't supposed to score and he like tripped into the
Yeah,
end zone.
yeah.
That reminds me of a guy too. We're not going to talk about this, but Devontae Freeman has been pretty good the last
Baltimore.
4 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He
yeah,
scored double digits
Yeah.
each of the last 4 weeks. He scored a touchdown in each game.
Yeah.
Um,
They've forgotten Williams, whoever.
Tyson Williams can't get on the field.
Yeah. So,
So, yeah,
okay,
just
so
throwing
you
that out
don't
there.
like anybody else in Tennessee? I don't
No,
like
no,
anybody
No,
else in Tennessee.
I'm
either.
very cold on Tennessee.
Did you see the Ferkser finally got a score? Did you see how he did it?
Yeah.
No.
It's terrible. He actually,
Good luck playing him every week and waiting.
The guy fumbled.
Oh my gosh.
and he recovered in the end zone.
Oh,
But I celebrated because I had started him.
it's a
in my
Thanksgiving
leagues.
miracle.
That is a thanks. Yeah.
All right, how about the Rams, Green Bay? Another, there's a lot of competitive games and a lot of tough ones to call.
Yeah, I like the slate this week.
Yep.
Green Bay, I think it's the usual suspects. We talked about Dylan.
Yeah.
I like Dylan. I don't know if I'm ready to start him yet.
Well, and Aaron Jones is out again this
He
week.
Is he out again? Oh,
He
then-
is.
This week.
Oh, shit.
But I think he'll be back next week, is what they're saying. It was just a minor sprain.
I think Dylan's a must start still. He's
Even
got-
with Jones back?
Oh, no, Jones is
saying, okay,
for this
all right.
week at least.
Yeah.
For this week, because I mean we're in the same situation to where we both have Jones. I have Dylan. I'm starting him until he proves me otherwise.
He
Yeah.
looks good.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's it's going to be an interesting offseason because they signed Aaron to a pretty big contract. But Dylan, I think if Dylan was in there, would be almost as good.
I think the more the merrier. I mean, they don't have to pay the other guy yet, so they're probably.
I think Kareem and Nick has proven to be a good when you get them both.
Yeah.
So I think you try to do that.
So you start Adams, obviously.
You start Adams. You start Rodgers. He looked terrible up until like the first quarter. I was like, crap, this sucks.
Yeah, well, that was a great game too.
They went off, man. Yeah. So Rams. What do you guys think? Is an OBJ?
I like Van Jefferson actually instead because I think Odell has enough time of practice now to be kind of incorporated more, so he's going to get attention from that defense.
Takes the top off.
The Green Bay's defense is also pretty hurt. Yeah. They still don't. I mean, they're starting their rookie, I think, or maybe he's even hurt.
I think they're on their third.
Yeah.
Their secondary is. I think they're playing their sixth secondary cornerback.
And I'm a target guy. 7+ targets in the last 5 games for Van Jefferson. So.
Yeah, it was funny because I didn't understand why the Rams picked up OBJ. I felt like there were other teams where he would have been a better fit and would have got more targets. Van Jefferson had already been looking really good as a third receiver. I think he's got the talent. And I think you're right. OBJ will take the defense deep, and I think it's going to open up a bunch underneath.
He's getting the ball. He's got 7+ targets in the last 5 games. He's there.
And he's fast enough to do something with it. Once he gets the reception. Yeah. So I would agree with that. And you got to start Kupp.
Of course. If Jonathan Taylor's not the fantasy MVP, Kupp is.
Yeah. Kupp, man. He's a.
What about Henderson? What about Zach Stacy? Did you see that?
Dog the Bounty Hunter needs to go look for him now. Apparently he's on the run.
I don't know.
I don't think so.
That's terrible. That's terrible.
That was rough.
It was
to watch.
Rough.
That was.
He did play for the Rams, right?
Yep.
He played for the Rams. I think he
played for the Jets too.
Wasn't he drafted by the Jets?
He might have been drafted by the Jets.
Yeah.
Or vice versa. I'm not sure.
I don't know about Henderson. I just don't.
If you have him, you start him, in my opinion.
Well, because if you have him, you probably overdrafted him.
Yeah.
It's
not a happy start, but it's a start.
Yeah. I agree with you on Jefferson. I guess just hoping that OBJ takes more attention away.
Yeah.
I'd be worried just a little bit about him pulling targets from him.
Well, and he did. Like, he got 2 receptions.
And they went and traded for him. I mean, not traded. They went and signed him. I'm thinking they're going to want to
try and give him the ball a little bit.
Try it out a little bit. Yeah, he only it was 11 snaps last game.
Yeah, and he had 2 receptions. That's pretty good. I think he had 11 snaps, 2 targets, and he caught both.
Yeah. We'll see if it's an OBJ problem, if they have the pressure to try and feed him.
I think OBJ is a problem, but I think there's still talent there.
Yeah.
I called that before he signed. I was like, I think he's going west because he wants to be in. Yeah. If it's not I thought it was the Raiders because they need a wide receiver.
They do.
I think you're right. Like, that would have been a great choice. I think Green Bay.
That was a good one.
Having Devontae to take off his team.
Nice.
I don't think he was going cold though, to be honest with you. Especially with Aaron Rodgers. Who knows what's going to happen?
Aaron Rodgers chewing his ass out. Yeah. All right, here we go. The best game of the week.
This is the highlight.
Eagles at the Giants.
Yeah, I'm not going to steal his thunder because he's an Eagles fan, and you got to start this guy.
I wore the jersey for a reason. Miles Sanders is a start for me. He's had a bad few games, but it's against the Giants, 23rd run defense, and the Eagles have changed their identity. Yes. Nick Sirianni luckily has listened to criticism, and they rushed the ball 240 yards rushing against against what used to be the best run defense, the Saints.
Yeah. So you watch these guys every week. Who is their intermediate route runner, their like stick mover as far as receivers?
It's very tough because Jalen Reagor, the guy that we drafted before Justin Jefferson, that gave me probably an aneurysm as I saw it happen, is supposed to be the guy. JJ Arcega-Whiteside had a few good plays, but if it's not Devontae Smith, I like Quez Watkins a lot.
Yeah, I do too.
He is insanely fast. Yeah. Give him a few screenplays a game.
I don't think, the problem with Quez is he hasn't quite figured out his route tree. He's not a great route runner. But I agree with you.
Once he gets the ball.
Yeah, get that ball in his hand and let him figure it out.
They did at the beginning of the year.
Yeah, they did. In fact, he was a waiver suggestion for
pretty early,
yeah. I don't like Reagor and I don't like JJ. I got to be honest. I think it was 2 bad picks in a row.
Yeah, it's really funny. Howie Roseman is terrible at drafting wide receivers because Arcega-Whiteside went before DK Metcalf. Yep. He went before Terry McLaurin.
Yep.
Basically every good wide receiver in that draft.
Terrible.
I do think they got it right with Smith.
Oh,
I
yeah.
like Smith.
It was about time. You know, seventh time's the charm. Jeremy
Yeah.
Macklin's the next best wide receiver we've drafted. So
I'll tell you this: the Giants, the way they play defense, is a super bend but don't break mentality. So they're playing off, they're playing too high.
I like
so
Goddard.
underneath those little screens. Yeah, tight end.
Yeah.
We're on like our third linebacker. He's not very good in coverage. So I think underneath the guys that get the ball there probably looking at a big day. So like Goddard, and you said there's really not another guy.
Goddard,
that-
who just signed an extension too. They're paying him like he's the guy now.
Well,
so.
and I think he is.
and
the
Sanders
guy.
probably
Like,
had Kenneth Gainwell was a healthy scratch this week, right? So,
Yeah, Jordan Howard is also hurt and
Okay.
has an ankle injury, so it's probably Boston Scott. But I think Sanders. I think this is the game that I'm looking for, and whoever drafted him is looking for.
I think Sanders has talent. You were high on Sanders.
I was.
coming into the
I like
season.
Sanders. I mean,
Yeah.
I've kind of lost faith in him this year, but
He's got the skill.
Yeah.
And honestly, with Jalen, there is no reason because a running quarterback opens a lane for a running back.
Yeah.
yeah.
So to me, this is it. Like if he can't run,
Then you know.
he can't run.
Well, 'cause
So
now
we're starting
we just-
Hurts, Smith, Goddard, Sanders.
Yes. Oh, Jalen Hurts.
Eagles offense.
Yeah,
I'm starting every.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm a believer. Fantasy wise,
I like Hurts a lot.
Yeah.
he
I like him as a player too.
Well, he's learning every week. He learns. His decisions have become better. He's more accurate than I realized.
completing the ball a little bit
Yeah,
more. Yeah.
I think they got something. I don't know why
Fingers
they're in such a
crossed.
hurry to get rid of him.
Because it's the Eagles, man. If we lose a few games in a row, 'cause this is the Eagles mentality here, and I've got friends that hate it because I am all for the team when they're doing great, but the second we start wetting the bed, I'm gonna give them shit for it because
I think
that's
you
how
have
it
to,
is.
yeah.
Yeah. I tell you what, I'm empowered. We'll make a trade right now. Mayfield for Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, okay.
Done.
How about we give you Gardner Minshew instead?
You know what?
You might consider it.
Don't tempt me. Don't tempt
The
me.
guy looks good in a mullet. So the Giants, I would say, we talked about Garrett getting fired earlier. I think
I think it's going to help.
they
him.
did it for a reason. I think there's going to be an emphasis on getting Galladay and Tony the ball.
Yep.
And maybe, I mean, if you got Barkley, I don't know where you're at with him at this point in the season.
He's still talented.
Whoever
I-
is taking Darius Slay, whoever's taking that, I would maybe not start because he's been playing like a defensive player of the year lately.
Do you think they're going to put him on Tony or on the big body of Galladay?
You know, I'm really pissed off with how we've been playing defense, and I really think it depends on who we're playing. So I really couldn't tell. I'm not
So
sure.
that's the only thing I
Well,
would.
and they seem to move him some, so
Yeah,
it's
Jonathan
not like
Gannon
he's
has
ever
been-
on one guy too. Like that's the crazy thing.
yeah.
Well, I'm just saying, it's. I guess it's kind of the same conversation if you have Saquon, right? He's where you drafted him. You probably are
Got to.
push to start him, right?
Yeah.
And I would feel optimistic just because another week off of the injury and the change in play caller. But I do think there's going to be emphasis to get these guys the ball because if for no other reason, that was probably the main reason that Garrett's gone right now.
Well, I think that
I think they will try. I don't know if they'll be successful, but
I think what the Giants have done is, if you look at what they did outside their offensive line, I don't know what you could do to give Daniel Jones more
no, you
weapons.
can't do anything.
So
can't.
I think with Kitchens, who doesn't give a damn,
Yeah, he's gonna try and make an emphasis
he
game.
is. He is. He wants to show that he was screwed at
Yeah, and he wants to
Cleveland.
get keep the job.
Yeah.
Yeah, that too. Yeah.
I think it's going to be interesting. And Tony, to me, I like Galladay. I think he's a great. I think he's a great big possession receiver
Yeah.
with some speed.
He can make plays.
Tony's the guy that is.
Tony's a different player, though.
He's a PlayStation game. Like it's
Tony's ridiculous. Watching him make cuts is.
yeah.
It reminds me of Barry Sanders.
Making cuts at 6'1". Like we're used to short guys,
Yeah.
Tyreek
Yeah.
Hill 5'6", 5'7", but
I mean, and he changes direction too.
no,
It's not like
yeah, it's crazy.
just show. He's
crazy.
pretty fun to watch.
How good was that Gators offense in college when they had Trask, Pitts, Tony?
That's
yeah,
crazy.
well, you can answer that question by looking at what they are now. You know, with Dan Mullen being gone too, it's.
I feel like
yeah.
we owe Mullins an apology because I
you're-
think that
yeah.
our ass of the week got him
Yeah,
fired.
we got him fired. I wasn't on board, by the
He
way.
deserved to get fired. I got to say that much. So, Anyways. All right. Anything else we want to cover with those games?
No, I think I'm all good on that.
Do you guys go over defenses at all? Any defenses
I mean,
you like seeing?
yeah, if you feel
If
good
you,
about it,
you
yeah.
throw it in, we usually don't.
I would say maybe Patriots defense. That's probably
Yeah, that's a good call. Because, Tannehill's, man, he's thrown some interceptions recently.
yeah. And what does Bill Belichick do? He takes away your best thing.
Well,
And
the thing is, what
what
is
is the best thing?
What is the
exactly?
best
So,
thing?
so I think it's everything.
Is everything?
If it's not nothing, it's everything. So
I think if they looked that bad against the Texans, I don't think this is a rebound week for Tennessee. I think they should have been hoping to play the Browns or the Lions or so,
Yeah.
I think this is a tough follow-up.
Yeah.
They look terrible against the Texans, and I think they're going to look terrible against New England.
yeah, I'm picking the Patriots to win and cover.
All right. Well, this is my favorite part of the show here. 'Tis the season! Ho, 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 ho! It makes you laugh every time. I kind of like that. Yeah. So I got to be honest with you. I like the holidays. I do. I like people are a little bit nicer.
Yeah.
I had a crazy person today.
There's a certain magic in there. But tell us about this crazy person.
No, I can't because it's like crazy, and then there's like insane, and I, honest to God, think she was insane.
Oh, it was a woman.
Yeah,
Ah.
No shocker.
it was bad. It was bad.
No shocker.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Anyways, what are we gonna do today? What's our 'tis the season, Phil?
Why are you asking me? You're emceeing this. It's Christmas songs,
I'm
right?
trying-
Christmas or holiday? Are we going holiday? What are we
I
doing?
go right
I do
Christmas.
like
We're not
dreidel, dreidel.
Yeah, so we're not.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, listen. I'm gonna go Christmas. For you, it could be holidays. Could be anything you want. Could be
Yeah.
Hanukkah. We celebrate Hanukkah actually every year
Really?
because we are 1.5% Jewish.
So
We
you're
found out
Jewish,
Italian.
Mexican, Italian.
that- I'm Jewish. I found out, which that doesn't.
Well,
surprise anybody.
you're Mexican too.
No, I'm not.
You're
Trish is.
listen. You're a unit. You're DeStefanos. You're Mexican. Your daughters are Mexican and Italian. I think you're basically. Do you get what I'm saying? Like it's a unit. You got to kind of take on what
Listen,
your partner is.
I was raised. Maybe this is wrong.
Okay.
Probably this is wrong.
Be careful.
I was raised
Disclaimed himself.
that being Italian was the greatest thing you could do. That
Okay.
like
Oh,
the
there's
fact
nothing
that
wrong with
yeah,
Italian pride or any
Yeah.
type of
Yeah.
heritage pride. Yeah.
So I'm Italian, and I don't want to no offense.
Yeah.
I don't want to mix it with. I'm Italian.
Well, you mixed it already.
Yeah,
man.
No. Well, I did it.
mixed.
It was a
Literally.
lie, based on a lie.
Hey, well,
But,
so calzones over empanadas is what Rocky's
I
saying.
like a good empanada. Though.
All right,
but
there we go.
But I did find out that I'm 1.5% Jewish, so we've been celebrating Hanukkah. But let's get right into this because I know
Yeah.
we're belaboring it.
All right.
So let's go first.
I don't want to go first because I'm still piecing it together. But
So are we going 3, 2, 1?
Yeah, let's go 3, 2, 1.
Do you
Count down.
have one off the top of your head? Or do
My
you want-
third one is very shameful, though.
No, let's go. Go
All
for
right,
it.
well, maybe it's
Shameful.
because I'm a millennial, but I don't know. It's something about that Justin Bieber song.
No.
I don't even know
listen,
what song.
Mistletoe?
What song?
It's good.
I haven't heard it.
Justin Bieber Mistletoe.
Yeah.
Oh, should I search it up and play a little bit?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think,
you can if you want. Will you get copyright for that? Question mark.
It depends on how long you play.
Yeah, they'll just demonetize the video. Nobody's watching us. So.
Yeah.
And we're not getting paid for this.
Hi, mom. By the way, I know she'll
really?
check it out. Yeah,
Good.
I actually have my
Listen.
mom on my podcast.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's great.
This it right here.
Yep.
It's the most beautiful
Yeah.
time of the year.
I've heard this before.
Listen, he's got talent. There's no denying it.
If you are,
Well, you
an
are a
artist-
talent scout. How'd you?
If you're an
Good on
artist
you.
and you can make a Christmas song, you are sitting on a gold mine.
Oh, yeah.
Every year,
Okay.
downloads.
So I'll go next. My number 3, Mariah Carey, All I Want for Christmas.
Okay, yeah, that's
you
a big one.
you got
That's
my
the
fir-
biggest one.
You got my
That's-
number one right there.
Well, so
That's your number one too.
Oh yeah,
I like
man.
I
That'll,
like her.
that'll.
She's-
I can work out to that song.
Oh,
Like that's how you
she's-
know it.
Oh, my God.
It pumps me up. I don't know. I've been on a Mariah Carey bender.
Listen, I don't hate it, but my mom had the CD when it came out, and she played it till it burned in the stereo. So
That'll do it.
while it does remind me of my youth, I'm just like my youth. It's just like a siren when it goes on, and I just
It's
I
like
just
the
can't
alarm
deal
clock?
with it sometimes. Yeah, it's
It's
too
like
much.
a warning that it's the holiday season
It's
instead
it.
of a.
I just
Is it also because we had a TikTok that you got kind of famous for with that?
yeah no. The TikTok is legit,
Yeah.
but
He was singing it.
just singing the
Pretty
song.
good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Pretty good. All right. So that's my number 3. How about yours?
My number 3 is Blue Christmas.
Really?
Elvis Presley. Yeah,
Wow.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I
That's
like
one I forgot
older.
about.
I like older.
No,
Christmas
I
songs.
yeah, I
That's
can
a
respect
that's a
that.
smooth song. That's like.
Yeah.
Great Christmas
Smooth.
song. I think I had
Yeah.
to play a little bit of it.
Yeah.
Let's hear it.
While you guys think about your next one.
I've got my 2, which
Go-
hasn't been said yet.
Go
so.
for it. Go for it.
You want to hear the?
I mean, there's something about Elvis.
Man, it's good.
I don't know. Yeah, I guess. His voice, you're saying, or him?
So there's some nostalgia because older than you guys. I remember when he died. I was a kid.
Yeah.
Playing in the backyard, and my mom came outside and she
Crying
was
in
screaming,
tears.
crying.
Wow.
And I thought, oh my God, somebody's like, my sister's dead. No, Elvis.
No, Elvis.
Yeah.
That's like Michael Jackson.
Yes. Yes.
Same.
Yeah.
So what was going on between your mother and Elvis?
She was a teenager in the 50s, you know. So
was-
tell us your second.
What was Presley's favorite sandwich? It was something weird, peanut butter and something.
Peanut butter and onion.
No.
Yeah, peanut butter,
It was
banana,
peanut butter,
and
banana,
onion.
and onion?
Yeah.
Was it raw onion or
Yeah, raw
sauteed?
onion.
He liked cigarettes too, right? Was that him or his?
He liked lots of things.
Yeah.
He had lots of
Yeah,
vices.
yeah.
Lots of vices. So
My number 2 is rockin' around. Is it rockin' around the Christmas tree? Like
Rockin' Around, yeah.
the Christmas tree. Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
That's a powerful song too, right there. They
It
play that.
is.
They used to play that SeaWorld. I'm pretty sure. Like
Yeah.
when we used to go on.
that's a good one. Yeah.
It is a good one. It would make my top 5, but it's not in my top 3.
Oh man.
So I'm trying to think. Do you have your number 2 or no?
Yeah, I have my number 2. You want me to go?
Go. Yeah, go. For it.
Let It Snow. Frank Sinatra.
Man, you got the good ones. You got
Frank
the
Sinatra.
smooth, old school.
Frank Sinatra is he's classic, man.
Man,
Classic.
those are songs you can sing at the top of your lungs. Those
Yeah.
are some good ones.
Yeah, I love Let It Snow.
I
this
like.
version.
I got to listen to it. Inside is
I mean,
right
come on. How do you beat that?
and the fire is so.
Well, your
delightful.
number 1 song beats that. Whatever. it
Yeah,
is.
to me. But I think my number 1 is a dark horse.
Well, my number 1 is "Let It Snow."
Ah.
Oh, wow. So I
you
just
stole
spoiled
it,
your
you son
number
of a-
1.
Son of a bitch.
You didn't have to say that yet.
It's kind of ruined.
Well,
Now
great.
you know
Okay.
what? You kind of ruined number 2 for me too. But
I guess so.
You just grinched it right
he
there.
did. So this is a Harry Connick version.
Okay.
You know Harry Connick? You probably don't
I
know
do
him.
know who he is.
So yeah, I want you to find this song,
Doesn't ring a bell.
and
Okay.
it's
Have you seen Independence Day?
No.
Oh,
I'm
no.
bad. I'm bad with movies, man.
Okay.
Anyone that
So-
knows me.
We can
what's
talk
the
about
song?
that
I'm
later.
blanking on the title, but
I don't know.
the sleigh bells
Oh,
jingling, ring ting tingling
too. Yeah. There's something.
Yeah.
Dun, 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 dun. Giddy up, giddy up, giddy up.
Yeah.
Let's go.
You know what
Yeah.
I'm talking about? That's the song from Harry Connick. That is unreal.
It's unreal.
He's a jazz musician, so he's got some real style.
He does Blue Christmas too.
Yeah, he's a throwback to Sinatra.
Yeah, he is.
respected Sinatra, plays piano amazing, but that song and the way he starts it has this horn that just blasts.
This is not it.
No, that's a good song too. What is
I
that
don't-
song called? Sleigh bells.
I don't know. I probably. Maybe.
What? Sing it again.
I don't want to sing it again.
Acapella.
I'm not gonna be
I
able to
only know
find
the
it.
words.
I don't know the words.
No, 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 no.
All I know is the giddy
You know
up, giddy
it's
up, giddy up.
lovely
Let's
weather.
go.
Yeah. They ride together
let's,
with you.
let's look at the snow.
Yeah, okay,
show.
yeah,
We're riding in a
snow.
wonderland of snow.
Yeah.
Giddy up, giddy up, giddy up. That's grand. Just holding your hand.
There we go.
You know. I'm
It's not
riding
here. I
along
don't see
in a
it.
Wintry song. Something about wintry wonderland.
You should have done karaoke.
I know,
Sunday.
right? Yeah. Hey, I'm not terrible.
Oh, he has like 3 Christmas albums.
He
That's why I
does.
can't find it.
He's good. It was in his original one. Not that that tells you anything. Listen to horn. Put it up, man.
Oh, okay.
The horn. This is good stuff, man. It's like Sinatra.
So this is your number 2.
Yeah.
So we're going your number 1 next, right?
Yeah.
It's Sinatra.
Yeah, it sounds like
Hear
something.
those sleigh bells jingling,
Oh, yeah, that's
ring,
good.
ting,
Yeah.
tingling too.
Okay.
Come on, it's lovely
I respect-
weather for
I
a sleigh
respect
ride
Harry
together
Connick.
with you.
He was it was who Bublé was going for when he came out.
That's true. Yeah, he was Bublé before Bublé.
So I'll go my
Pre-
number 1
Bublé.
because you ruined it for me. But let us know, and it really any version. But I will say
Yeah.
Sinatra's probably the
I'm
best.
partial. He's from Hoboken.
And I like it because that song has become so controversial, which I think is ridiculous. Just ridiculous.
Oh, you did tell me that was your number 1. Sorry
yeah,
about that.
Yeah, you screwed me right there. Yeah, honestly, like I think it was intentional.
Was it? I promise.
It's not a Christmas
I
miracle.
promise.
I'm just saying.
That's a Grinch moment right there.
Yeah,
All
yeah.
right, so let's hear your number 1, sir.
Well, we said it already though. All I want for
Oh.
Christmas.
Yeah, but it's a.
Oh, yeah, you did say that.
Yeah.
So wait, did he steal yours too?
No, I didn't.
No,
That's
you
not on
you
my
did.
list.
I did?
That was your third, right?
Yeah.
we're Grinching everyone. Everyone's getting
Okay,
Grinched.
so We're all a bunch, so I can't yell at you too much.
All right, so my number one is This Christmas. Donny Hathaway. Do you know that song?
Play it real quick.
I'm playing it.
It's not my.
Oh, I love this is my favorite. Is it because he's a black artist that's
No.
not your favorite? Do you not enjoy the R&B?
No, because I like Mama. I saw Mama kissing Santa Claus
Oh, I
by
don't like
Michael
that.
Jackson.
That's troubling, that song. If any song should be boycotted, it should be that one. What's
can
mommy
start.
doing with Santa Claus? Who's Santa Claus? Not real.
I think we know who Santa Claus is.
I love that
This
song.
is good, but I don't. No,
Too much rhythm for you, right?
no I just. I don't think it's like it doesn't scream Christmas.
To me, it does.
Yeah, to you it does. Yeah, I get it.
It doesn't get the Italian blood flowing or the Mexican blood
That's
flowing.
what it is, yeah.
I should have
Specifically the
mentioned,
Mexican blood.
there's a famous Italian one, and it's Dominic the Donkey.
Oh, yeah, Dominic the
Yeah,
Donkey.
that's high, but I was going to say it, but I thought it was too highbrow for our audience.
An honorable mention for me is Feliz Navidad.
Oh, that's a good one.
I
too,
grew up with
see?
that.
and that's full of rhythm.
That is
Just
full of it.
Dominic
I don't
the
know if
Don?
it's full of it.
This is a famous Italian one.
Hey, chingity ching. It's Dominic
The donkey.
chingity ching.
I know why you're so stupid.
La 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 la.
This is what's going on in your head all day.
Yeah, my dad. He'd get about 7 bourbons in, and that was going
No
on.
Sambuca?
He'd go Sambuca. That was after. He finished with Sambuca.
No, well, that was fun, man.
Yes,
Rolling
that's
down
good. That
was
memory
good.
lane.
That was good. So, what's next?
Our picks are next. It's not your first show.
He's got the donkey song in his head right
He's
now.
still, he's very happy about
That's a
that.
good Dominic the Donkey. There was a little cartoon, but it was only for immigrants like us. Like the Italian, they actually had a cartoon, Dominic the Donkey.
Is it an actual donkey?
It was one of those like claymation specials,
Oh,
and he like went into the manger with Jesus.
Oh,
It's a
wow.
big deal. Yeah, it was-
yeah. So he was a big part of the whole thing, the whole
part.
Christmas thing.
yeah. Hee haw. That's why. All right, let's go to our picks, and I
we
do
gotta
have
make some
Mark's
picks.
picks here, and I actually have my picks too. But we're going to change it a little bit. You can go with the 4 games we always choose, or you can pick just the 4 that you feel the strongest about, and we want you to give us your number 1 lock. Last week, Phil was number 1. He was 3-1. He had a good week. He's at 53% for the season, so he's coming back up. Mark is pulling up the rear. He's used to that. It's 1-3.
He's disgusting.
He's at 55%. And then Anton and I were both 2-2, and we're at 58% for the season. So Anton and I are making some money here.
Am I at 100%
You are, well,
Or
you
zero.
are.
It was 0%. Yeah.
Yeah, you are 100% of
of 0?
your 0-0. So who wants to go first?
Let's let our honorary guest go
Yeah,
first.
Sure. Do we want to save locks for last?
Yeah, we'll save
Yeah,
the lock for
let's say
last.
ours.
Okay,
Lots
all
of-
right. Well, I mean, we already talked about it a little bit, but New England minus 6.5. I like that.
Okay.
I was all over them against Falcons too. I mean, for no particular reason besides the ones we've already talked about with them. That's a pretty covered game. I also like. I think Pittsburgh can cover 4.5 against Cincinnati. Correct? Right? They're playing the Bengals.
Yeah, and it's in Pittsburgh, right?
Yeah, they're. The thing about the Steelers too is like I'm not big on Big Ben, but I mean they're playing games close. They almost beat the Chargers there.
Yeah.
The defense is always the Steelers' defense.
They play. They definitely come to play.
Yeah, well, the thing about the Steelers is you just can't count them out of any
Yeah.
game. Like
Mike
you
Tomlin's a
can't-
top 10
Yeah.
coach probably of
No,
all time.
Mike Tomlin, you're right. I think after Belichick,
Yeah.
if I was picking a coach, it would be probably
Yeah.
Mike Tomlin. So,
Okay.
Yep.
who's your next game?
I like Philly to win that game. I like 3.5. It's 3.5, right?
3.5, yeah.
Yeah, 3.5. Which I kind of don't like the half point there, but
Yeah, that hook is scary.
especially with it being in that life.
Especially their history, no matter who's good,
Yeah.
who's not.
Divisional
Mm.
games are always choppy, but I got to take the Eagles and knock on wood because I need to win this game for just being an Eagles fan.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I gave up. I stopped calling the Browns.
Yeah, I'm staying away from that game. It's it's toxic
Yeah.
for me.
Okay, and then we're going to save our locks.
Yeah,
for
we'll
the
save
end.
our
Okay,
locks. Okay.
okay.
Phil, what do you got?
All right, so I got the Green Bay Packers welcoming in the Rams at 0.5 point.
That was my honorable
So
mention.
basically a pick 'em. I take Green Bay.
Okay, and Green Bay is given a half point or giving.
They're giving a 0.5 point.
Okay.
It's a pick 'em either way. So I'll take Green Bay, and then my second pick, I'm going to go to the wonderful land of Jacksonville.
Ooh.
And Jacksonville is getting a point. I'm going to take the Falcons on the road to beat Jacksonville by more than 1 point.
Okay, so you're picking the Falcons, and they're
Yes.
giving 1 point.
Falcons are giving 1 point. Yeah?
Okay.
Yep, there you go. -1.
Yeah.
Okay. Then, my third pick is going to be the Chicago Bears at Detroit. I'm going to take Detroit +3. And I probably should talk about the games a little bit, but my thinking here, as you mentioned, I think O'Doyle Rules is going to start for Detroit, and I think there's a good chance that the Red Rocket Rifle, is going to start for Chicago. Chicago's on the road on a short week. I think Allen Robinson is banged up with a hamstring, and Detroit is just due. I think this is the time. I mean,
and I think we said
they've almost beat. They've played all these teams close, and this is
Yeah.
probably the worst team they're going to play. and
we
they're
talked
without
about this
their
early
stud
in the season. Remember?
quarterback. Yeah,
This was the game we said that if Detroit was going to win, this was going to be it.
and they're getting 3
Yeah.
at home.
Yeah.
I mean, if they don't win this week, when do they? I'm
Well,
going to err
they've
on the side of
lost-
them winning a game this season. And I think this is the one.
Yeah, they've lost 3 games by 3 points. So you got a good chance at least covering. So.
Yeah, they should. I think
That's
they should
the
cover.
key right there. Yeah, covering.
Okay, so Mark is choosing, of course, this is not unusual. He's chosen the Bears.
Is he a Bears fan?
Yes, he is. That's one of the many things that
Yeah.
we don't agree with him, but except for sweetness. I'll give him sweetness. He is, though, favoring with you and going with the Eagles and taking the 3.5. And then he is choosing the Vikes to win that game.
Are they?
You're right.
They're underdogs against the 49ers, right?
Yeah, -3.
On the road, yeah.
Yeah.
They're +3.
Yeah, you're right. Thank you. So my picks, the 3 that are not locks, I actually have the Eagles too. I feel really good about
Oh,
them,
man, the public is liking the Eagles,
which is
oh,
a bad.
Man.
It's a bad sign. Yeah.
Oh man.
I love. The
I don't
Giants.
think that they don't have. I mean, they could win. The reason I'm staying away from the game, to be honest, is because it's a division game,
Yeah.
and that hook
It's scary.
scares me on either side of it,
Yeah.
really.
It's scary.
And then I don't know what this offense is going to look like with Kitchens calling it. It could be totally different.
Yeah,
They could come out and go spread set the first 2 drives of the game. I don't know.
that's a good point. There's no tape on it.
So it worries me.
I just feel like I like the Giants. I think Saquon's going to have a lot better game. I think Kitchens going to call a better game. I think Kitchens, and he did this with the Browns, he knows how to call for a bad offensive line. Like he knows. So he'll have Danny bootlegging some. I mean, he'll do what he can. I just think the Eagles are starting to figure it out.
I think they are too.
Yeah, and I like Hurts, and I don't know how well the Giants' D is going to do against a running
I
quarterback.
think it depends. Yeah, that's a fair point.
That's why I'm going Eagles. So I like that.
Knock on wood again. I'm superstitious.
I don't think this is. It's probably like
It's from my
for Michael. Yeah.
I am
Fingers crossed then.
I am picking the Ravens.
Okay.
I can't.
Against the Browns.
I can't pick the Browns. Now, here's the terrible
That's
thing.
why I stay away from my games because I don't want to pick against my
Yeah,
team.
yeah.
So the terrible thing is the Browns play the Ravens, have a bye, the Ravens again.
Mm.
So if they win both games, they're in first place in that division.
It's a big if.
Huge if. And I think the pressure is just going to be too much for the Browns. They're going to wilt. I picked the Ravens, and then my
And that's what plus
that's
-4.
Yeah, minus
Okay.
4. And then I took the Bucks, give them 3 also.
Okay.
So, and now let's go to our locks.
So just go right into your lock since you're already talking.
My lock is actually I'm taking the 49ers. I feel pretty good about them. They looked good the last 2 weeks, beat the Rams, and then this past week looked really good against the Jags. I think Kittle being back is enough of a difference.
Yeah.
I think Jeff Wilson is helping their run game. And in fact, they could have scored more against the Jags pretty easily. So I chose the 49ers as my lock. And Mark chose the Ravens as his lock, pretty much to insult me, I'm sure.
Yeah, it's definitely what he's doing.
That's exactly what it was.
Yeah, I just haven't seen enough Vikings content this year, but I picked them to win that game too. Yeah.
The Vikes.
No,
The Ravens.
no, the 49ers.
Oh, 49ers.
Yeah.
Oh, you did. Good. Good.
Well,
Yeah.
not in here, but
Yeah.
yeah, that's a good team to bet on, I think.
All right. So, Phil, your lock, and Zach, your lock.
Okay, I'll go first. My lock is going to be the game we talked about earlier.
Browns.
No. I'm taking the Raiders plus 7.5 points on the road in Dallas.
As the
in
lock.
The Big D. They're getting.
That's a lot.
I don't know why the line is this
Lot of
big.
points.
It smells a little bit to me, but I just don't see how this offense
It's on Thanksgiving, and it's
without
at Dallas.
Lamb. Yeah, they tend, but
They tend not,
I mean they don't. They're not great in prime. I mean Reese this year, okay, but Dallas just always folds. They're without their top 2 wide receivers. Now, if you're telling me Zeke is going to go off, run wild, then maybe I can see it. But Vegas, for all their faults, they've played solid for most of the year. They've showed up in some spots. I'm going to count on them being relatively healthy, and Dallas missing some pieces and not playing very well
Yeah.
2 of the past 3 weeks.
Does Vegas ever play on Thanksgiving?
Not to my.
I haven't played in a long time that I know about. Because
We're talking about
Detroit and Dallas.
I like
Dallas-
to look that up. Like the Thanksgiving stat, I feel like is a real stat.
It is a
Like,
stat.
Yeah.
Trends like that, yeah.
Well,
I
Detroit
didn't look
normally,
anything up.
honestly, Detroit normally wins on Thanksgiving.
Yeah. Or plays very competitively,
Yeah.
like extremely.
So Dallas, what was they had that game where Cooper Rush started, right? They beat Minnesota, and then they followed that up with getting shitbagged, right, by Denver, right?
Yeah.
And then they bounced back last week, right? Who did they play?
Dallas.
They played the Falcons.
They beat the Falcons, right?
Breaks off the Falcons.
They beat the brakes off the Falcons, which okay, and then they came back and lost to the Chiefs, but they looked bad.
It did look bad.
They did, yeah.
But I'm going to say I think the Chiefs on defense are starting to figure it out a little bit.
That's fair.
Because, they put some money into their defense in the offseason.
Yeah.
I think they're getting a little bit healthy, and they're kind of figuring things out.
I just don't see where they go with the ball. I don't see where they get an offense besides Zeke.
Yeah.
Okay, and how about your lock?
It's funny that I'm going last for this because I actually like Chicago to win this game.
Oh.
Yeah, yeah. And we, some of my family's from Michigan, so we follow the Lions probably closer than any other NFL fan would because it's the Lions. But Tim Boyle, that is my only reason.
Did you hear about his?
He stinks.
Did you hear about this?
Yeah.
So he started only 1 year
Yeah.
in Division One
Yeah,
and sucked.
yeah,
Like sucked.
terribly.
Terrible. Like
So-
3 touchdowns to
Naturally.
like 12 interceptions.
Yeah,
Lions sign him up.
So, well, it gets better. So he goes down a division to FBS, right? And you would think, okay, he's coming from Division One. He's going to tear it apart.
Yeah.
No, it's like 9-8, like just terrible. Undrafted,
yeah.
somehow talked his way into
Dark horse.
Being Aaron Rodgers' protege.
being Aaron Rodgers' protege.
That should be the soundboard. Wow.
So he was he was the backup for Aaron Rodgers and Jordan Love, and then I guess they
And
cut
then
him.
somehow this is
So
where
he's been in the QB room with Rod. He's been learning.
learning to throw 75 yards in a game with
There
2
you go.
interceptions
Yeah.
to lose to the Browns.
It was terrible, but he is the third string. But this is what I want to know is who's the second string that they jumped him for Boyle?
David Blow.
Which I
Yes.
actually liked him. I actually liked
He looked
him.
okay. Yeah, I don't know
he's
what's
a Purdue
going on.
quarterback.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was pretty good in college.
And
I think.
his whole, I mean, his wife is athletic or his fiance.
Yeah.
Like yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
But yeah, that's
Well, Mark will love that pick.
for everything that you said about the Lions covering. I agree with, but Tim Boyle is just a huge.
Tim Boyle's he's gonna show you guys.
Hey, prove me wrong, Tim Boyle.
Boyle
Please,
rules.
please win a game. But
Boyle rules.
Old Boyle rules. Well, as always, this has been a fun show. I feel like
It's
we've
been
gotten
fun.
to
It's
know-
been better.
yeah. Got some
Less
good-
Mark.
yeah, less Mark is always more.
Mark, I'm sorry for calling you out at the very minute of the.
No, he
episode.
deserved it. He's
Yeah.
a dirty, dirty man, and he deserved it.
Thank you for having me.
Hey
Yeah.
guys, thank you for tuning in. If you did, please like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell. Follow us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, theultimatefantasylockerroom.com. Look forward to hearing from you, and any questions you have, be sure to put it under
Yeah.
the video.
Hey, we're
Peace.
getting close to our watch hours, so if you could, please
Not peace. Go ahead. Yeah, put
Peace.
it on. Get the hours
put
up.
it on. Clean your house.
Yeah.
You know?
Bye.